everyone, I'm Chris Meany for Hot Roster Now. It's another big Thursday in the NHL with 24 teams on the ice, and tonight I'm picking from Hot Roster's shootout card. Let's start in goal, where Jonathan Quick is a half-point favorite as his Kings host the Winnipeg Jets, and he's up against Pekka Rinne, who welcomes in the Calgary Flames. This is more about the Kings' struggles offensively than it is Jonathan Quick, even though he was pulled 2 games ago. LA's 2.4 goals per game ranks 25th in the NHL. Their 2.18 goals per game post-All-Star break ranks 27th, and they've mustered only 2.05 goals per game on home ice this season, a mark that ranks second last in the NHL. The Jets, on the other hand, well, their 3 goals per game ranks 8th in the league, and they've been even better in the second half, scoring the 5th most goals per game at 3.25. Los Angeles has lost 4 of its last 5 games, and I'm not confident that'll turn around. Rinne has a .924 save percentage across 6 March games compared to his .888 mark in February. He's allowed almost half a goal fewer at home compared to on the road, and he's turned aside 47 of the last 49 shots he's faced across 2 games, one of them against the Washington Capitals. His opponent in the Flames ranked 24th in road goals, and although they've been hot of late, they've also played 8 of their last 10 games at the Saddle Dome. Nashville is a tough place to play, and Rinne has the better chance at a win here this evening. Let's move over to the stud matchup of the night. Connor McDavid in Colorado against Patrick Kane at home against Dallas. Although Kane has 10 points in his last 7 games, this is all about McDavid and the matchup. Number 97 has a 4-point cushion on number 87 Sidney Crosby for the league lead in points after a 3-point performance last night in Anaheim to give him 10 in his last 5 games. If he can get 3 in Anaheim, how many do you think he can get in Colorado tonight? Well, the sky's the limit for this kid, and the matchup is right. Colorado is allowing the most goals per game in the NHL, the 6th most shots per game, and the 2nd most high-scoring danger chances per game. The Avalanche have been shorthanded the 4th most in the NHL this season, and only the Arizona Coyotes have been shorthanded more in the second half than Colorado. Edmonton's power play is operating at 25% since the All-Star break, the 4th best mark in the league. McDavid has power play points in back-to-back games, and his 11 points in the last 2 weeks ranks 2nd in the NHL, one behind his teammate Leon Draisaitl, who is up against Philip Forsberg tonight on Hot Roster. If you're going to take McDavid, you might as well go all in with his line mate Draisaitl. Sticking with the power play theme here, as Draisaitl is tied for 8th in the NHL with 25 power play points. He has 5 points on the man advantage in his last 7 games, and he's on a current 5-game multi-point run. No disrespect to Forsberg, but he's just not as hot as Draisaitl, and the matchup against the Flames isn't as nice as the one in Colorado for the Oilers. Up next, 2 of the best snipers in the game. Nikita Kucherov in Boston against the Bruins, taking on Max Pacioretty, who is at home against the Carolina Hurricanes. Both are top 5 goal scorers in the NHL, and both love to shoot the puck. Kucherov has points in 8 of his last 11 games, 4 multi-point games in his last 7, and he's played north of 20 minutes in 6 straight games, and that's the key. A mark Pacioretty has only hit 3 times over the last 9 contests. Canadiens head coach Claude Julien has been rolling all 4 lines since taking over behind the bench in Montreal, while Tampa Bay needs this win more than ever as they fight for a final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. Add that to the fact Pacioretty is pointless in 6 of his last 7 games. Give me Kucherov and the ice time. Finally, the veteran Patrice Bergeron at home taking on the Bolts. Well, he's up against rookie Sebastian Aho, who gets his 2nd taste of the Bell Center in Montreal tonight. I know Aho has been feeling it of late with points in 4 straight games, but this matchup, it's just a mismatch. Bergeron is tied for 3rd in the league with 267 shots, almost 100 more than Aho. He's also playing with Brad Marchand, who has 10 points in his last 5 games. You can bet the line of Aho, Teuvo Teravainen, and Jordan Staal will see a lot of Shea Weber and Andrei Markov, with the Habs getting the last change. Sign me up for Bergeron, who has the better matchup and is flat out the better player, averaging almost a full Hot Roster point more than Aho. And for those who don't know what Hot Roster is, check it out. Head to HotRoster.com, download the app, give it a try. It's like no other fantasy game you've ever played. And then, for help winning the game, check out Hot Roster today with Cam Stewart and Gary and Thorne every weekday at 4:30 Eastern on Fantasy Sports Network and 6:30 Eastern on Game TV. For Hot Roster Now, I'm Chris Meany.